Cool. So we're live. What's up, everybody? I'm super excited about this. We got a lot of hype recently when I told you guys who's coming on and what we're going to talk about. So the man who is here right now, he helps personal brands grow on Instagram, business, not just personal brands, but businesses as well. And we're going to dive deep onto, like the secrets that he knows that he probably hasn't talked about. And yeah, man. So the guy who I'm with is called Cody Kerns. He's the CEO of I Come Up. They've done millions in revenue in the company in the past year or two, correct?
Yeah, 3.5 years, we've done almost 5 million.
5 million, boom.
And
okay,
60% of that will happen this year. So
there you go, guys. So Cody, for people who don't know who you are, they're like, "Oh, Cody Kerns, first time I'm hearing this name." Can you tell people who you are and why you're awesome?
Yeah, definitely. How far back do we go here? I won't go too far back. About 4 years ago, I'll fast forward this. I interviewed with a guy, Grant Cardone. And I think that was the best move I'd ever made. I'd taken all my sales experience and knowledge up to the point from 18 to 21. I condensed a lot of time in those 3 years. I had a few different jobs. I was in network marketing. I met a lot of really awesome people that expanded my mind and showed me what was possible financially, and started self-developing and learning sales, learning how the mind works. Took all that, went to apply for Grant Cardone in South Florida on a whim. I had a few $1,000 saved from my previous job, and I didn't get that job with Grant. The same day, I was just sitting. I'd given up everything. I've had about 3 failures in life, which I guess we'll go into maybe a little later, just depending on how deep and personal you want to get. But I had a lot of failures from 18 to 21, and going and interviewing with Grant was that was it. I worked so hard for that interview. He kicked me off. I did not get the job. Sitting there jobless in South Florida, no income. And this is 4 years ago, before Tai Lopez was promoting digital growth in that. And I just was sitting there and I said, you know what does the marketplace need? The same day he kicked me off, came up with I Come Up. And our goal was to discover and inspire the world and visually present to people what successful people were doing and help them broadcast it through social media. Now it's transformed into something much different now, but kind of, in the same sense.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So
if you guys are on live, give me #live. What's up, Veronica, Antonio? If you're on the replay, give me #replay. So dude, what was your initial desire? What did you want that got you on this journey to be so hungry to do everything?
I feel like a lot of people, at first, you want money because you need it. You really need it. If you're starting something or if you join a company that's a startup, you really need money. And that's what a lot of the focus is on. But I think the deeper passion and meaning is to be able to create something that can help provide to hundreds, dozens, thousands, tens of thousands of people. I think that's where the fulfillment is. When you can systemize and create something that can then help not only the people that join your team, but the marketplace. And that's where the true fulfillment comes, right? When our service is going great and our clients are happy, it's the most fulfilling feeling in the world. When our clients are unhappy and dissatisfied, it weighs on you more than the money, right? So in short, I think there's so many cliche answers, yeah. I'm hungry and I want to be my own boss and this and that. And it's 99% of the time, you're better off finding something that's already working than trying to just be your own boss, and finding people in that space and in that industry or lane that you can team up with, and you'll go a lot faster. So for me, my biggest things are I just being able to provide, and I don't like the word take care of, but just provide opportunities, right? That obviously have income attached to them. And I think when your product and services and company is doing something right, the money follows.
Yeah. For you personally, what would you say was your biggest struggle that you faced on this journey, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I think the first 3 years of entrepreneurship, or first of all, everyone who's in entrepreneurship, and if you're just getting started or you haven't really found something that's going, you need to join a network marketing company, hands down. Not for the network marketing aspect, for the networking aspect. I was in network marketing for 3 years. It's the reason why I was able to launch this company. Now, The biggest struggles were in those first 3 years when you're acting different, being different, listening to weird books and audios about your brain and habits, and you're only hanging out with a few amount of people, and you're getting all excited about success. And everyone says this, until you experience it, it's not real. You are going to lose almost every single friend that you have. And that's just the reality of it. I don't think there's a way around it. I think that people like us, are a rare breed. And to find people who are hungry and believe in success and want to achieve it, I think the internet's helped kind of grow it a little bit. But it's really hard to find in the beginning. And a lot of people wonder, well, I can't find anyone to join my team. I can't find this. And I think it's just because that individual isn't fully ready yet. They're not fully sold. So biggest, hardest thing for me was shedding, hanging out with old friends, all those old habits, going out. I mean, to the point where even on holidays, I would just stay isolated because I couldn't allow anything to distract me. I couldn't let it in at that time. And that startup time, that grind time, it needed to just be me and one or two other people that could talk the way I talk and think the way I think. And that was it for years. I don't want to say it was lonely, but it was very very sheltering. Like I had to isolate myself for me to get right.
What do you feel like that transformed you into? Like, what is that? What was the biggest thing you got from getting?
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Why do you see this, by the way? There's 2 other people who joined our thing. That's weird.
Oh, really?
But I'm not gonna add them. But that's weird. Lynn and Steve. I don't know if you know Lynn and Steve.
How do I promote the link for people to watch?
Oh, don't give them. No, dude, you gave them this link.
Yeah, I think I gave them the private link. I'll delete it right now.
No, dude.
Only a few people saw it. I just deleted it.
I can add people right now. Like, boom, blank screen.
No, that's my mom.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah.
Lynn is my mom. She's my #1 fan.
Yeah, so it's in my Facebook group, so I have to send a Facebook link.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
I have to join. Cool. I could give you the replay after though, if that's a thing. But dude, let's get into the good questions here, because I had a lot of questions specifically for Instagram. Firstly, so how do you find your ideal clients on Instagram? First of all, you know who they are, you already know the avatar. Like, what is the steps you take?
The steps I personally take, my whole thing is I want to take online relationships offline. I want to find my relationships offline. I go to a lot of networking events. I spend a lot of money to get around high-level people, right? I buy the best tickets to every event that I go to, and it wasn't always like that. It was I would buy the best ticket that I could possibly afford at that time. And if that meant spending half of my money, 80% of my money, I was going to do it because I believed in so much in what I was doing that if I could just get in front of the right people, I could pitch and promote my services to them and get them as a client. Now, specifically through Instagram, you need to come up with a very simple script. I think nowadays it's so flooded on there. Everyone's getting BS messages every day, the long paragraphs, this and that. To stand out, it's almost the opposite now. You need to just keep it very simple. So can everyone see this private chat?
Did you type something?
Yeah, I'm typing it right now. I'm going to type a simple script.
Okay.
That I use to DM people. Wanted to reach. So everyone's different. That's really the script that I use. Hey, what's going on, Cody? I wanted to reach out and get connected.
Because they cannot see that chat, but I can put it on the screen.
Okay, perfect. So a script that I like to use, or that I think you guys should use, is, hey, what's going on? I'm Cody with I Come Up. I wanted to reach out and get connected. And if they're not following me, my message will go into the request. How do I get it out of the request? I'm going to go and comment on one of their latest posts. Hey, check your messages. Now, I've built a brand where people can come to my page and identify who I am immediately, what I do. So I'm more likely to get a response. You have this,
gotcha.
Exactly. You have this much time. So if you're going to message someone, you got to be working on your brand. If you're not getting the response you want, I don't think it's because of they just don't want to open it. I think that they're looking at your page and profile and they're either confused on what you do, confused why you would message them and what you want from them, or you just look gray to them. Like they're just like, I don't know. I just don't. So branding is what we start with a lot of people. I know a lot of people get on social and want results immediately, or if they invest with us or a different company, a marketing company, and they want results like that. The first step is you building an attractive, solid brand.
Yeah.
And making it intentful in what you're posting so people know what it is that you do, so they know why they would want to respond or not to you.
Yeah. So for you've obviously used this strategy. When you've done this like in the past for your business, is it always real time, or is this like, because I know like this is part of the company strategy, like how do you like systematize this, like so other people can do it as well, you know?
So like for an individual to do it?
Yes.
Yeah, like someone watching this.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I would create a very simple script just like that. Hey, what's going on? I'm Daxie. I wanted to reach out and get connected. Okay, well, when they come to your profile, they should know that you're the podcast expert.
Yeah.
If they're interested in podcasts, they'll answer you immediately.
Yeah. But like, let's say you, like, how do you find the people, you know, on Instagram? Like, what are you doing to
yeah. Well, it just depends on what you're looking for, right? Like location-based. Give me an example. Like, am I a location-based business? Am I an entrepreneur? What's my target demographic?
All right, let's just use me for an example, just because there's no example here. Let's say I'm looking for someone who has, they're in B2B, you know, and they have a company. And I know it's some people it's harder to target because they don't really reveal a lot. So let me go someone more obvious. Someone who has an existing podcast. Like, how would you target someone like that?
Someone who has an existing podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
what are the parameters you're searching? Is it just hashtags and location?
I mean, it can get as specific as people want. It just gets harder to find those people, right?
Yeah.
Because there is no button on Instagram that says, I am a podcaster.
Yeah.
So you have to look and dig. But I would think, and I would talk to you and say, okay, Daxie, well, where do you think podcasters hang out? What pages are they connected to? Are they hanging out at specific locations? Would they be checking in here? Do they follow these types of people? Do they have interest in anything besides podcasting? I'd get that information from you and then figure out, okay, he's looking for podcasters or people that own businesses. Where would those people be hanging out? They're probably going to be in higher level entrepreneurs' followings or engagement. So I'm going to run through their following and their engagement, and I'm going to sort through and I'm going to click through likes and look. It's a tedious process. It's why people hire us.
Yeah. It works. Like I actually do the same thing on Facebook, but I've never thought about it on Instagram. That's smart.
No, it works. It works great.
So here's the thing, that because I have some friends in this group too who have agencies, and there's not a lot of like because they're running a business, they can't do all the small things all day. So how do you trust someone to log into your account? Like, what is like the golden rules if you're gonna have someone use your personal Instagram account? Like, how do you feel comfortable with that?
If I'm a client of us, or just like if I was
both. Like if you were just someone who just hired a VA from Philippines, obviously if they hired you, like it would be easy to trust because you do it all day.
I would never give my login to someone, a VA.
Really? Okay. So then how do you get around using someone?
I would find someone close to me. And I would teach them how to do it, or get someone to teach them how. Like if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, or if it's only one account, it's so simple, right? Because you could hire someone part-time close to you. I just think with personal stuff, and for me, like, because that's my business card that I've worked really hard on the last 3-4 years, I wouldn't risk it to just try and save a little bit of money. I would spend the money to hire someone that I know closely and get them to learn how to do it. If they don't know how to do it, I'm going to hire someone or give them a course so they can learn how to do it. Because why would you want to shortcut something that could bring you more than what it's going to cost to pay someone to manage one account?
Yeah, it's true.
You know, it's worth spending the $1,000 to buy a course or to get someone to train them.
Yeah. I think it's crazy how Instagram still hasn't added features for like, you know, assistants and stuff. Like Facebook has it, but yeah.
They're on their way. They're changing it every single day.
Yeah, they've had the new creator account. Like, how do you feel about that?
I haven't even gotten the option to change it.
Oh, okay.
It's
random. Mine. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard people say it's not much different. I've I haven't looked much into it. I haven't even gotten the option. I'm
It's
banned.
just a little more profile customization and changing your inbox, like where they filter to.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, is it worth it for you? Like, is it a big change?
no,
Yeah.
it's not going to change anything. I mean,
Yeah.
it says there's more analytics, but I really don't look at my analytics a lot. So,
Yeah.
all right, dude. So, Brandy Kinnear asked, so there's a good amount of questions here, so you don't have to go too deep. You can just kind of like rapid fire. Yeah. Brandy Kinnear asks, best strategy for influencer collaborations.
You need to become an influencer.
There you go. It has to reciprocate.
Yeah, you need to invest money to grow your following. That's all. Or get around them, pay to get around them, either at an event or become one yourself.
That is the best strategy. Boom.
No shortcut.
Okay. Rick James, that's his actual name. Fundamental must-dos to grow. I know
personally, yeah, I think for someone to personally grow, they need to have skin in the game. For most people, that's money. I've always had this analogy of like creating more responsibility for yourself. If you're solo and you have an agency, or you're solo and you're trying to create this, hire somebody. So you have to go out and produce, because now that person's relying on you. That is a must grow. I know people talk about reading books, listening to audios. That's like obvious. Of course you need to be learning. Of course. But actually like going out and creating and growing something, you need to create more responsibility for yourself. 100%.
Yeah. This question we just got from Veronica. I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times. I'm new on IG. I've been throwing hashtag to my posts related to my niche randomly. Is there a formula for hashtags?
We suggest to not use a lot of them. As you're putting more and more actions on your account, Instagram has certain limitations of how many things you can perform, actions that can be performed at one time. Hashtags take up those actions. I think hashtags can also turn off your organic audience if they see you're just putting 50 hashtags to try and sell out and get, an extra 20 to 30 likes. I think you should find 2-3 original hashtags that have less than 100,000 tags and try and coin them as yours. I look at it as like the SEO of Instagram, right? So if you're just hashtagging fitness, outfit of the day, the simple basic stuff, you're being lost in translation. Whereas if you only use 3 to 5 that are unique to you, maybe 1 or 2 that are generic, that's what we've seen work best. And you can actually begin to own that hashtag if there's a low amount of tags.
Yes. We have another one here from Elias Roberto. The whole question doesn't show, actually. If you had to start from scratch and you weren't able to use any of the assets you have now, not even your name, what would you do to grow?
Wow, that's a good question.
You want me to repeat it, or you got it?
Yeah. No, I would get around people that were in the space that I wanted to win at, and I would do whatever it took to get around the people in that space that were already winning. I understand you can't just go straight to the top, but you have to get in the door somewhere. That's what I would do. That's what has helped me. I always figure out a way to get to the top people in something that I'm doing. I always start here at the bottom, and then you have to work your way up to the top and connect with people that are closer to the top. That's what I would do. That's
what I was talking about yesterday. Like, relationships has been easily the number one thing that's drove my business. You go to sell to a community, a market, you figure out who the top like influencers are, and you leverage their credibility. Game over.
Have to.
Someone asked, does he pay taxes? I'm sure he paid taxes.
Yeah, I have a tax bill on June 15th.
There we go. Boom. He
Not
pays
good.
taxes.
Do I pay taxes? Jesus.
Tell us about some case studies on how he helped particular brands.
One of my favorite ones is this guy, JD Frost, who I'm with a lot. He is an accountant. Okay. Very dry business. I use this because most people have sexier businesses than accounting. Been working with this guy for a year. He came in at one of our entry plans. He's now on our highest package that we offer because he showed up every single day, which is half the equation. So we've taken this guy, an accountant, to now he's got products and services all across the board. He's throwing events. He's becoming this figure in the accountant financial industry. He's closed over $100,000 in contract value just from Instagram DMs alone. We've completely taken control of his content, his brand, because he's been coachable and just vulnerable to change and so open and willing to learn that, yeah, now he went from paying $500 a month to our highest level possible, which is a 6-figure yearly deal. So that's one of my favorite case studies to tell. Check him out. It's jdfrost.today.
Yeah. And I can honestly say too, I'm like, that guy's smart because you're hyping him up so much because he's that first person. So he's getting like even extra credibility. Like,
yeah. He's just like, there's people that you work with, and be that person, like be coachable, be teachable. And no matter what you're hiring or paying someone to do, like it all takes time. Marketing takes time. And one of the biggest mistakes I made is early on, I didn't convey that to my clients. And in the sales process, things would be over guaranteed, which is what you never want to do. You want to lay that foundation. And I know it's scary because you think they might not buy from you if you are really honest with them, but it will save you so much time and energy and money if you just lay it up in the beginning, what exactly the expectations are.
Yes. False expectations are the biggest reasons that you get churn. It's fucking sucks. Lewis asked, Lewis is my dog too. He lives here. He runs a few big podcasts like Dan Locke and Joel Marion.
Nice.
He asked, what has been the biggest waste of money you have invested in without a return on your investment for your personal brand? And what has been the best ROI? Don't say yourself.
Yeah, no. I spent $15,000 with a marketing company. Ironically, I'm not going to say who or what, but I spent $15,000.
Recent?
It was it was like a year and a half ago. It's one I did. I mean, I was taking money from my savings account, not the company. It was $15,000 cash monthly. This was a monthly term I had with them.
Was it 1 month or?
Oh, after 1 month, I canceled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent $15,000. I got about 7 leads, none converted. So that was the worst investment I've ever made, beyond Bitcoin and getting scammed by people in there. But yeah, that was the biggest regret I have with my personal brand. I bought into a name more so than what they actually could do. And I just kind of openly gave the money, and nothing happened because they had no idea what they were doing. My best investment has been my Lamborghini. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you got a whole page for that, dude. That's a great.
What do you think? What do you think's the best investment we've made as a company? Or honestly, the best investment I've made is paying for those highest level tickets at these networking events. Every single event I've gone to, I make more money than I've spent.
Yes,
every time.
Yes. I agree with that 100%. Other than your employees, I'm sure that's the best investment.
Of course. And I was going to say like the office space, like getting a bigger office space, but that's just a given.
Yeah. It's like I was recently at a mastermind too. Like everyone paid 15 to 30K to be there. And dude, the quality of the leads are insane. Like I completely agree with you. High level events are the best. So I got some rapid fire questions here that are always pretty fun to ask here, dude. If you can go back in time and change one thing, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't want to sound – I really don't have any regrets over the last like 4 or 5 years. If I could change one thing with myself, it would be to find people quicker that I could delegate tasks to that were not my strong suit, because I've ruined things for myself and the company because of the personality that I have. So I would change that. I can't change who I am. I would change that. I would find people who could do things that I was not good at and focus on what I am good at.
Yeah. There's like one of my mentors, he calls it the curse of competency. Like when you're too good at too many things, like it'll fuck you up because you won't delegate things, and you'll be too perfectionist professionals. That's not. I can't even say the word. Fuck it. For people who work with you, what did they say is like most unique about you and what you do and like your company?
It's a hard question. If I were to guess, like, I think it'd be inspiring that I'm the guy who always leads it and then actually acts on it. And every single month, I'm the top producer and top performer. So I'm not the guy just sitting back trying to delegate and get everyone to go do things. I'm the one in the field still, just like everyone else, going out, trying to get it and grow this company. Yeah, I would have to ask them. I honestly don't even know. I want to ask them now. Can you put that question on the screen? I need to take a picture of
that. Yes. Let me.
That's a great question.
Yeah, dude, it's good to know, dude. Especially when I actually asked my clients that too. Like as part of like after our launch process, we asked like, give us an honest feedback question.
I like that a lot.
Okay, cool. What did someone left a comment? Veronica says, I like that, coachable and vulnerable to change, what you said earlier.
Oh yeah.
We got some waves. Dude, so what are you currently obsessed with? Like in life? I'm just curious.
Fulfillment for me right now.
Yeah, that's a good.
And I mean, like right now, like my goals are real estate oriented. I have like I write my goals weekly. I know some people do them daily. I write it every week. I have like a format I've been using for years. A lot of them are financial, but not just like earn this much. More so like how much am I going to save of it? Where am I going to put my money so that it can pay me, right? Am I going to invest in multifamily real estate, into the team, into the company? I don't know, dude. I've been trying to figure that out. Like I feel like it's hard when you ask someone what their obsession is, because I feel like it's something that just can't be directly answered. Like I think it's just this personality and attitude that's shaped and developed when you're 6-7 years in, and you really have not let too many people sway you from that path. So like it's just a test of time. Like you have to stay in that lane, and as it goes further, like I think that passion and fire just grows from a mixture of everything.
That's
what would you say to that?
That's a great answer. It's funny because a lot of people like they just say like a bag of chips or something. Like I love my obsession right now is these Doritos. I don't know. What would I say I'm currently obsessed with? Focus, and it's pretty much the same thing that you're saying, but just in another kind of word. Like I'm obsessed with making the main thing. Like I've been loving Sam Ovens right now, and I like at this event I was just recently at this mastermind. I thought I was gonna go there and figure out more things to do, but then I like everything I learned. I'm like, man, I gotta cut out a lot more and focus on less to create more. It was weird.
100%.
So that was the epiphany I had. So I agree with you completely, bro.
Distractions are real, and it's the simple things that when people say, we overhear it because we're like, oh yeah, I know I need to stay focused.
It's not sexy. It's not sexy to say. Like do less to get more.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It's a paradox, yeah. So cool, man. Dude, is there anything you feel like we didn't talk about in Instagram that you're like, man, I got some gold that I feel like I didn't share that we missed?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Over the last year, we've transformed like way beyond Instagram too. And I think that if you're in a company or industry, you need to start thinking about more than just one lane, right? Because there's a point where you're not going to max out that lane, but just like Grant talks about, you have to create, like parallel flows that are right with Instagram. If I know someone's coming looking at us, for Instagram management, growth, blah, 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 they might be looking for other services that we now offer. So taking risks, investments, investing in film equipment and creative equipment so that we could then go and provide that to clients, Facebook stuff, LinkedIn stuff, YouTube stuff, all of that without getting too specific. We've opened up to be a full service agency, not just the Instagram growth. And I was inspired to do that because I saw a lot of people coming in this space copying exactly what we did. And it inspired me to go out and create more and develop more and try and stay ahead. So it's that competition that gives you that fuel and fire, and that's what has to keep you on that path.
Yeah. And I love that. Yeah. I mean, that's how a company should evolve. You keep the customer first. And then once you figure out, hey, I'm giving them this, but like they have all these follow-up problems, why don't I just help them even more?
Exactly.
That's what happens.
I think it takes time. That's it. Branding takes years. If you want results from it, like you got to stick with it for years. If you've been doing the same thing and you won't invest to grow your audience or improve your content, but you think just because you're showing up, that's what's going to make it a difference. It's not. It's not going to change. So you got to figure out, am I in an industry at all that can make money?
Yes.
That's number one. I don't care if you love it to the death. That's fine. But you need to make sure the industry you're in, you can make money in, and take that money and then reinvest it into getting around the right people, elevating your brand, improving the quality of your content. It's the most important thing right now.
Yeah, a lot of people, they don't look at, like when they start, like they have a hard time looking objectively at the market. Like, are there trends? Are there like looking at the buyers and sellers like objectively? They try to like be in it. Like
be original. Yeah. Just be original and stop trying to copy what everyone else is doing. I see it all the time. I see people trying to copy us all the time. I see people trying to copy everything else or just do this or that because that's what other people are doing.
Yeah, you're telling me, dude. Yeah.
The originality is what the marketplace needs, and there's not a lot of it right now.
Yeah. I've recently launched a course, dude. Someone literally ripped it, like the same font of the logo, the same like launch copy. Like, I'm like, this is pretty obvious.
Yeah, let's go.
Right? I was like, okay, cool. Flattery.
Yeah, seriously.
But cool, man. Always fun chatting with you, bro. We're gonna have to do this again when you probably have better, like maybe in person. Like, we'll just make this fun.
I'm going to Miami.
When are you going? Oh, you're going back.
Friday.
Cool. Well, I'm actually going to Orlando. So, dude, but I'm sure we'll link up in the future. For people who are listening, they like what you have to say. Where would you tell them to follow you?
Just my Instagram. I'll type it in here too, in the private chat.
Cool. At Cody Kerns Y5. Is that your number, dude?
Yeah, it's my lucky number, and just my name isn't available. Boom, there it is.
At Cody Kerns 5 on Instagram, guys. Shoot him a DM. Tell him Daxy sent you. And cool, man.
Yo.
Yeah, appreciate you being on, bro. I'm just gonna end the broadcast here.
All right, Daxy. Thanks, man.
Yep.